welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG, which stands for, well, Magic the Gathering. That's what it stands for. And I am your host, Dr. Yukon Suckit. Yes, that was the name that was given to me at the day of my naming, which happens officially 8 days after my birth. Before that, I was just referred to as Baby Suckit. But nope, Yukon Suckit. That's what my parents, after knowing me for 8 days, decided to name me. After their good friend, Yukon, hit yourself in the head with a brick. So anyways, today I am bringing you a deck called 4C Reanimator. Let's see, where did I find Reanimator? I got it off of Untapped GG. That's where I got it from. The deal was I was looking around for anything that had Corpse Explosion in it. I figured, here's the deal. When I first saw Corpse Explosion a long time ago, I said, this card is the most fun card I've seen in a long time. It's going to be all over the place, you know. Sure, it's Rakdos, but there's going to be a ton of things that are going to do, you know, like GRIXIS or, I don't know, June, whatever. Anything that's got a little black and red in it, you're going to see some Corpse Explosion in it. But you know what you don't see? Corpse Explosion. Nobody plays with it. Now, maybe that means that Dr. Suckit, myself, should start building my own decks focused around Corpse Explosion. Maybe that's exactly what that means. But why should I build my own decks when there's so many other good decks out there and I'm still exploring them? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's still a lot of time until the next rotation, right? But anyways, Corpse Explosion is what I wanted to play. So the deal with Corpse Explosion is that you exile a creature from your graveyard, and it deals that much damage equal to that card's power to each creature and planeswalker. So it's a board wipe, right? But it can do, you know, it doesn't, I mean, I guess Doomscar is better, and it just takes everything out. This thing does specific damage like a red card would. But the best side, I just love that idea that I'm taking something and doing 6 or 7, you know, I guess 6 or 7 are what we're really dealing with there. Just juking it out there. It only costs you 3 to do it. 3 to just totally wipe it. So that's better than burn down the house. And that's hard to save because I love burn down the house. Man, I should put burn down the house in something like this. But anyway, so let's take a look at this deck and see what it's supposed to do. So starting at the low end, we've got Power Word Kill. And it costs 2, and you can destroy any non-target or non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon creature. And you think, well, that's only 4. There's still like a billion other creatures out there, right? Yeah, you would think so. It's surprising how many times you're going up against angels, demons, devils, or dragons. And you really just want to take those guys out. Well, you can't. This card's great, but I mean, it's just like, it's like 50% of what you're going to go up against is going to be one of those types. So we'll see how well this one works out. We got Tainted Indulgence, which costs you 2, and you draw 2 cards. And then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values amongst cards in your graveyard. Well, the good news is that you are trying to pack your graveyard, so I got to imagine that there's going to be a lot of times that you can just draw 2 cards for 2, and that'll be great. We got Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which gives you 2/2 Shaman, that when you attack with it, you get a treasure token, so you got some treasure generation. You got some discard 2 cards and then draw 2 cards. So that's pretty awesome, especially because if you end up getting these big guys in your hand early, you want to discard them. Is what you want to do. So this will help you to do that, to get those things in your graveyard, because that's where you really want them to be at. And then at the end, it becomes Kiki-Jiki, or at least the reflection of Kiki-Jiki, which allows you to create tokens, a copy of a non-target, or a legend, of a target non-legendary creature that you control, except it has haste, and you have to sacrifice it at the next end step. But you know who's not legendary? Well, that's interesting. Titan of Industry and All-Seeing Arbiter. Those dudes are not, which means that, yeah, if you had Titan of Industry, you could duplicate that guy. You could have another Titan of Industry. When that guy comes into play, guess what else you get? You get the 2 effects that you get from enters the battlefield off of Titan of Industry. That's capitalism in action, boys. All right, going on back here, we got Prismari Command, which is a Swiss Army knife card. Costs you 3 mana, but you get to choose 2 of the things they get to do there. 2 damage to any target. You get to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, which is kind of what you're looking to do to yourself. Target player creates a treasure token or destroy target artifact. So there's a lot of good things with that card that totally works with this deck. We already talked about Corpse Explosion. If there's anything about this deck, you need more Corpse Explosion. I mean, you really don't, but we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Maestros Charm, I don't know how to pronounce Maestros there. Anyways, you do 1. I wish it was 2 because I get 2 off of Prismari Command. Why am I not getting 2 here? Maybe because they're too powerful or something. I don't know. We got look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put 1 of those into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. Great. That's 4 cards into your graveyard. That's going to help out Tainted Indulgence big time. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain life. I love that. And lastly, Maestros Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalk. F yeah, man. It's down to cost you 3. 3! You're doing 5 points of damage. Okay, that's why it only costs... That's why you get to do 1. Because all of those abilities are pretty good all by themselves for just 3 mana. We got the big score, where you got Catwoman rolling around inside Smog's treasure room there. But you have to discard a card. That's what I'm looking to do anyway. And then you draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. So we're just ramping up on that treasure there. We got Graveyard Shift, and let's just fast forward for 5. We'll go down to return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. And it's hard for them to get around that. As soon as you get this passed, out comes Toxrill or Titan of Industry or Lord Xander. This guy's space awesome, by the way. So yeah, and then the deal is it has flash as long as there are 5 or more mana values amongst cards in your graveyard. So with all of the graveyard pumping you're doing, like if anybody tries to mill you or whatever, I mean, it's going to be great, provided you can live those 2 or 3 turns of being milled a shit ton. All right, we got Return Upon the Tide. This thing should have some theme music for it or something. But yeah, so let's see. Return Upon the Tide, you pay 5 to take a target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. And we don't have any elves, so don't worry about the rest of it. But you could foretell it for 2, and then you have to pay 4 to get things back. So that means on turn 4, you can have any of these guys, if they can just get them into the graveyard to start with. Turn 4, you can have anything that costs you 7 to play, okay? So that's the real engine. That's the real deck. All these other guys are just stuff. You're looking to get them into your graveyard, and then pull them out using Graveyard Shift to Return on the Tide. We got All-Seeing Arbiter, which normally costs you 6, but you're not going to be paying that much for it. We're using the discount version here. So it's a flying 5/4, and when it enters the battlefield, you draw 2 cards and discard a card, okay? Whenever you discard a card, target creature and opponent controls gets -X until the end of turn, where X is the number of different mana values amongst cards in your graveyard. So you can make somebody pretty weak. You give them a case of the heebie-jeebies. Let's see, Kairi, the Swirling Sky. 6/6, you're not paying 6 for it. It's a flying with ward 3, and then when it dies, you return any number target non-land permanents with a total mana value of 6 or less to their owner's hand. And you don't really want to do that. 6 or less, huh? The problem with that is that I don't necessarily want to pay for anything that's that much. I guess non-land permanents, huh? I'm trying to even see what's out there. Well, we're not going to do that. What's that? Mill 6 cards and then return up to 2 instants and or sorcery cards. That's what you want to do. That's exactly the second ability. So this deck, yeah, you're not playing for her first ability. You're playing for her second ability there. And we got Toxrill, the Slug King. Toxrill! So yeah, 7/7, and then at the beginning of each end step, you put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. And those creatures get -1, -1 for each slime counter on it. And whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, you create a 1/1 black slug creature. And you can sacrifice a slug and pay 2 mana to draw a card, but I've never even bothered to do that. I just slug people up. I just love having Toxrill up there. Everybody's dude's getting weaker and weaker with slug plague, and eventually I'm just getting a bunch of slug awesomeness. We got Titan of Industry, who is a 7/7 with reach and trample. When he enters the battlefield, you can pick 2 of the following abilities. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Just target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green rhino token. And put a shield counter on a creature you control. So all of those are awesome. Plus those rhinos, those guys are Dapper Dans. Look at that outfit. Look at those boots and those pants. That's quite awesome. All right, we've got Lord Xander, the Collector. And what he's collecting is a weird bunch of dental work at the top of his head there. But he is a 6/6, and when he enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand, rounded down. And then when he attacks, the defending player mills half their library, rounded down. And when he dies, target opponent sacrifice half the non-land permanents they control, rounded down. So suck it, everybody. This guy has taken it. Yeah, all of those are cool. Those are all super cool. And the fact is, if he does die, you just bring him back. Hopefully they don't have that many exiles going on, because that's what you want. Is you want this guy going in and out of your graveyard, because all those enter the battlefields and attacks and dies effects, those are all fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so that's your main cards right there. Then we got Manland. We got more Manlands. Do we have any red Manlands going? Nope. So just 2 Manlands. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's fine. I maybe might put more Manlands in. We got regular lands. We got some fast dual lands. We got some semi-fast dual lands. And tri-lands. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. For all of the dual lands they have in there, they're either fast dual lands, or where you get to basically choose one or the other, whatever you're missing, or they get to be semi-fast, where as long as they're not the first 2 lands you put out, they are fast, and then they're really good. So this is the only like permanently slow land you got out there, is this tri-land, and even then, you can still cycle it if you already have too much land, and you can go fishing for something else. So yeah, I think this deck looks pretty awesome. I know we've played 4-color Reanimator before, but this has got a slightly different version of things, and I'm very excited about it. So let's take this out on the track and see how well it does. Subscribe. All right, we're playing against, what is this, Dark Nacho? The double with the C in it? I think that C is kind of suspicious. It's kind of sus. All right, we got 3 mana. We're good to go. We are good to go. Dark Nacho 7, because, you know, Dark Nacho with the C in it was done 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 0 times before that. Alright, let us play the tri-land, get ourselves out on the right foot. Tainted Indulgence, maybe on the next turn. I guess probably some Boros aggro action here. We gotta be quick. Gotta be quick. Anything good to get rid of here? Arbiter, you're not going to go, you're going to go. Let's discard you. Means we can return him back on the tide for 4. That's a couple of turns away still. Wait, what happened? Did I not get rid of the... I did. Okay, good. Somehow I have another one of them. Ooh, what can I do here? Can I use Arbiter to just blow these guys up? I could do it. Let's do that. That'll be fun. Always wanted to play a Corpse Explosion. Didn't really slow them down much, did it, though? Alright, big score. Come on, big money, big money, big money. What are we discarding here? All-Seeing Arbiter. Ooh, another Corpse Explosion. Alright. Titan. Let's see how much is he? 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Guess we're not doing anything. We're just gonna wait. No! No, Dark Nacho. Don't hurt me. What? I don't have enough for that guy? Well, that just bites. Alright, Corpse Explosion. Suck it! I don't want to waste anything. No. Is that not green? Okay, that's not green. I guess Titan Industry is supposed to be in the graveyard. Let's see if I can get rid of them at some point, like with this thing. I don't really need a whole lot of blue at the moment. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. Alright, who do I want? Power kill. Fine, let's set that aside. Nope, we're good. These little jerks are all over the place. Do I really want to power it? No, I'm going to save them a little bit. I'll give my Titan of Industry is so nice for the extra 5 life. There's nothing. Can I not return a Bond Titan? Is there nothing in here? Did I use it all up? Come on, I got his. Oh, I don't have a Xander, or I got a Xander's Lounge. Nothing in there. Okay. Fable of Kiki Jiki it is then. And let's power kill one of these guys. Well, I gotta get something in my graveyard. Well, that was nice of them to die like that. Discard up to 2 cards. Alright, let's play a mana. Let's return something upon the tide. Titan of Industry. We'll give ourselves 5 life. And Rhino. That player. What else have I got there? I got 4 more. Oh, I got plenty. I can pull something else back here. Okay, let's do it. Lord Xander, auto pay. Discard half your cards. You got 2 of them. One of them's going bye-bye. And the Kiki Jiki gets to come out. Well, that's not cool. Shield wouldn't have helped at all. And we win! Boy, this game turned around nicely at the end there. Subscribe. And we're playing against JForever. Alright, what an interesting last name, Mr. Forever. We got to go first. We've got 3 lands. Let's keep it. Yep. Do I want to, or just want to let it go? Let's just pile this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play an old trick. Unfortunately, we're drawing on our first turn, so it doesn't help us out. And what I got to do is just let it go. Get rid of the Arbiter. There we go. That's where we want them. That was 2 turns down the drain just to do that, though. It's not good playing against an Angel Jack when you have power to kill. That's a guy that I can kill. He's not an angel or demon or dragon or devil. Kill. That's the power word, by the way. Don't tell anybody. Taking some hits. I need to get out some strong boys here in a bit. Where's All-Seeing Arbiter? Flying 5/4? Eh. Black it up. We're going to go for a 2. And... oh, okay, we'll get rid of the 2 big boys. I always feel so weird doing that. Alright, come on, you can do it. Just hold it together. Have 5 life here. Alright. We're bringing back... the dragon. Well, I'd really like an explosive corpse right now. That'd be really super cool. I think I'm dead. I can only block 1 creature. Yep, unfortunately this deck took a little too long. Probably because of the way I was dorking around at the beginning with trying to get guys into my graveyard. Next time I won't do that. Yeah, suck it, suckerfish. Alright, next time. Subscribe. And we're playing against Marubo. Marubo. Couldn't afford any uppercases. Corpse explosion! Of course, nothing to throw in the graveyard, but we'll take it. We're going second. Powered kill. Start off a little black. Play a little blue. Tainted. There we go. Let's get rid of the big dude. Now we can do some real corpse exploding. Just like in real life. Power word kill. Be nice to have a little bit of exile action here, but we can only play with what we got. Alright, that's going to cost me 5. I'm still a little ways away from it. We'll put this out. Nothing to play against. Let's go ahead and start the Geeky Chain Reaction. Gave us the hook. Let's see. Draw 2 cards, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm cool. We don't... Do I really need a lot of red? Not really. Let's throw out another black. We'll go ahead and graveyard shift this. Take back our dragon. And nothing in the graveyard. Little Tainted Indulgence might help us out. Alright, let's see what we can find. Oh, there we go, Lord Xander. Hit the showers, my friend. Take a knee. Someone's coming back upon the tide. His name is Lord Xander. You're going to feel a lot of pride because it's Lord Xander. Discard! Discard. Nothing in the graveyard. All right. What you got? You gonna take me down? That's a creepy place. Let's go. Mill, baby, mill. How much she cost here? 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got plenty enough to cast him again, I would guess. Next to damage. Let's see about you liking to discard. I think you like to do it. It's a good thing that you have exactly the solution to this problem in your hand right now, which is why you're playing so quickly. That's a flyer. Nothing in my graveyard worth digging for. That guy's bougie. Alright, we can now win, I believe. We shall do 2 points of damage. And is there a thing an artifact? I don't know. Let's take a look. It's just a skeleton wizard. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. How's that sound? That one and this guy. Yeah, this guy believes in the bling. That's the thing, is if you're gonna, turn yourself into an undead wizard, you might as well go all out on that diamond teeth thing. Victory! Subscribe. All right, so here is 4-color. What is it? 4-color Reanimator, right? What can I say? I mean, the more I play decks like this, the more I learn to love them. I look at Dr. Suckit doesn't like multicolor. I dislike it big time. I just feel like it's just too confusing having to manage your mana and get everything rolling. This does have 4 colors. I mean, what is it really? I mean, because there's green in it, I guess. But, it's really only GRIXIS, right? It's just red, green, red, black, and blue. So it's really just a GRIXIS deck that just happens to have a green card in here. In reality, there's plenty of other great cards out there. You don't need a green in here just for Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry is awesome, by the way. And in a Reanimator deck, why not? Why not, right? Because you're just throwing things away and pulling back from the graveyard anyway. Plus, his being in the graveyard, that was a big thing. Corpse Explosion. That's the whole reason I ran across this deck. Is that when I saw Corpse Explosion a long time ago, I said to myself, man, Corpse Explosion is the best. Just the whole concept of you having some big fatty in your graveyard, and you could blow up his body like a whale on the beach, and it just takes out everybody's what is it? Creatures and planeswalkers. To each creature and each planeswalker. Suck it, everyone. This is that's me running right through the middle of it right there. Because, you know, I always wear long trench coats like that constantly. Anyways, I love Corpse Explosion. And I dislike the fact there's only 2 of them in here. You know, but this was a deck. It wasn't mine. And I was just playing it. But I got to say, this deck was really good. It was really fun. I love the way that the systems worked. My brain understood it. It was all it comes in, you throw the big guys into your graveyard, and then you use Return Upon the Triad and Graveyard Shift to fetch them back. So all these things that cost like whatever 7 and 8 mana, is there anything that's really 8 in here? 7 mana apparently to cast. You're paying 4, maybe 5 for it. And 4 and 5 is a lot easier to get to than 7. You got the ability to create 2 treasure tokens. You got a guy that puts out, that creates another treasure token for you. This guy puts out a treasure token. This guy, what does he do here? Helps you get guys basically into your graveyard. This guy gets you guys into the graveyard. This is your power player for a little bit of control. Kill. Look at that sick freak. Ugh. So anyways, it's well tuned together, and it doesn't really matter what you got over here. This is just the magic when it comes into play. The rest of it's all about getting stuff into the graveyard, drawing your cards, dumping into the graveyard, and then pulling them back and getting them to play so you can go crazy early. And if they go back to the graveyard, guess what? You don't care because you're just pulling them right back again. The only thing you got to watch out for are exiles, and there are plenty of those things out there. So the fact that the mana is so dispersed is not really that big of a deal. I mean, you really do want to have black, red, and why can't I say it? Black, red, and blue. You want that because there's that right there. There's that. I guess that's not black right there. It's just gray. But yeah, black, red, and blue up across the board. You can even pay for Laura. I think I paid for them outright in one game or something. But still, Toxrill. I wish I got Toxrill. I always loved Toxrill. I was playing Kairi a bunch. Never got to see All-Seeing Arbiter. But you know what I did with him? I exploded his corpse. That dude blew up and took out lots of Boros stuff. So that was fantastic. So anyways, let's rate this one. I'm going to give this one, it's hard to say. I'm even thinking an A+. The reason why is because, was it fun? Absolutely it was fun. Was it competitive? I think it was. I think it was competitive. I think there's a lot you could take out with it. What's the last criteria there? I don't know. That's it. Is it fun and competitive, I guess? Is there a theme? I guess that's the last thing. Yeah, because, the theme is all about treasure tokens and returning things upon the tide. And then getting out big boys that you slap people around with. Not a whole lot of control, but, the deck, it's like I could understand it. That's what I liked about it. And it felt themey, which is graveyard recursion and discarding and card draw. I understood what it did. So I got to say, I really loved this deck. I thought it was fantastic. I hope you do too. That's it for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time. Later.